probably underestimated Pitbull and thought that just because he was bigger, that he would probably dominate him. And I'm gonna be honest, that's what I thought.
He ain't thinking about none of that stuff, man. He come off of a tough loss tonight. You know, again, this is boxing. You know, I'm not even thinking about none of that. I'm always concerned about the health and welfare of my fighters. He's okay, and that's that.
After conceding a contentious decision to Isaac Cruz and announcing his retirement, Rolly Romero has loudly called for a rematch. The demand is in response to Romero's claims that Cruz was the victim of cheating, which have triggered a contentious discussion among boxing fans. Romero expressed his displeasure and rage after the fight's conclusion, claiming that the Cruz unfair tactics and foul play had caused him to lose. Romero feels that the best way to clear his name and demonstrate his superiority as a boxer is to have a rematch. Romero's insistence for a rematch has fueled the Cruz' continuing disagreement. Romero fight, with commentary from spectators, analysts, and competing fighters. Romero has demanded a rematch, and although some have backed him and thought he should have another chance to win, others have questioned the veracity of his allegations of cheating and the timing of his retirement announcement in response to Romero's requests. Isaac Cruz has not yet responded to the request for a rematch in public. Romero's claims have previously been rejected by Cruz's team as unfounded and an attempt to divert attention away from their loss. But before the fight, Isaac Cruz put on a dominant performance in the ring, winning easily over Romero by a technical knockout in the 8th round. Cruz was the heavy favorite, but he performed better than expected, shocking the boxing community with both his victory and the way he demolished Romero. A single defeat marred Rolly Romero's boxing record, and he came into his fight with Isaac Cruz with an indisputable confidence. Romero exuded confidence at all times. Romero did not initially have Cruz on his radar as he was a late addition to the fight card. He was aiming for Ryan Garcia. The man just doesn't have a neck. Romero made a joke in an interview, trying to minimize Cruz with some trash talk prior to the fight. He even made fun of Cruz's appearance by calling him fat. To acquire the upper hand versus Romero, Cruz mostly depended on his strong foundation. His size, close-knit fists, and compact physique made him a difficult opponent to take on. Additionally, he proved to have potentially devastating punching power when he went on the attack, something he amply exhibited against Romero. Romero watched in shock as Cruz launched an unrelenting assault. Romero was rendered defenseless and unable of striking back due to the unparalleled intensity of Cruz's assaults. Romero took blow after hit to his face, jaw, and midsection. Cruz looked ready to become the next World Boxing Association super lightweight champion from the first bell to the very end of the fight. It was just a question of time to continue being true to Isaac. Cruz's opinions, Romero struggled to muster a single blow during the contest because Cruz played flawless defense. Romero was disappointed, but he had to reluctantly concede his opponent's supremacy because Cruz had clearly earned his win. Romero sincerely complimented Cruz's squad and conveyed his appreciation for his teammates and fans' ongoing support. He promised that he would overcome this setback. Romero has a stellar resume, so it makes sense that Floyd Mayweather has allied himself with him, seeing the enormous potential Mayweather sees in him. Lanard, promoter for Romero, shared his comments on the loss, pointing out that in boxing, these kinds of results are unavoidable. Sometimes, while losing, he merely didn't overestimate his opponent. That's just the nature of the game. Rolly had his moments in the ring and showed off incredible fitness. He continued to rely on his boxing skills, even though things didn't go according to plan. Noted that while setbacks are a part of the boxing path, he was proud of Rolly's commitment and effort. The answer was unequivocal. He is a terrific fighter, really special. Before Mayweather hinted at a possible rematch, he was full of praise for Rolly. Romero's early days in sparring sessions in Mayweather's gym are where he first made a name for himself as a formidable presence among fellow amateurs. Romero's performance against Cruz and his promising trajectory in an Instagram post by their association date back nearly 10 years. Romero attracted Mayweather's interest, which resulted in a contract, and he started boxing professionally in 2016. Since then, the fighter from Las Vegas has racked up an amazing record of just 2 defeats in 17 professional fights. Keith Thurman praised both fighters and expressed belief in Romero's ability to bounce back from the recent loss. It was an exciting fight between two accomplished fighters. I saw a very competitive contest in which both athletes gave it their all. Thurman stated in an interview that I know him and I respect his skills in the ring. He's tenacious and I have no doubt that he will return as a boxing enthusiast. Share this opinion, considering Romero's defeat by Cruz to be only a transient slip-up. Romero has a well-established reputation as a top lightweight contender, which adds to the surprise of the overwhelming victory over Cruz. It's generally accepted, though, that the 29-year-old will soon regain his place among the division's top. The former American professional boxer and trainer, Jeff Mayweather, voiced his displeasure with the Romero vs. Cruz bout. Romero, the newly deposed super lightweight champion, didn't seem to have a clear strategy against Cruz, according to Mayweather. Romero made an effort to show courage in the opening round, but Mayweather saw that he eventually gave up and started aimlessly dancing around the ring when Cruz caught him. Romero's move, according to Mayweather, was just evasive and had no intention of neutralizing Cruz's offensive. Romero's approach was criticized by Jeff Mayweather as being unduly cautious during the bout. The 29-year-old appeared more concerned with playing safe and avoiding hits than he did with taking advantage of openings to attack. He did take some chances, but not many, which suggests that he was reluctant to take significant chances. Mayweather says Romero has little chance of victory unless he takes more risks. Jeff Mayweather mirrored the opinions of many when he said that Romero may have misjudged Isaac Cruz because of the latter's haughty and conceited behavior prior to the fight. Romero's demeanor before and during the bout showed a sharp contrast, suggesting that the opponent was better than the one he had trained for. Mayweather expressed skepticism over Romero's level of dedication, saying the fighter didn't seem to be that committed. But Jeff Mayweather was upbeat about Romero's chances of rallying and getting back on track for his next fight, which many believed would happen sooner rather than later after his crushing defeat to Cruz. Romero has shown signs of being scared and humiliated in recent interviews and public appearances, indicating that Cruz's win has had a big effect on him. Discussions over Romero's manner have arisen in relation to his latest fight with Cruz, with some speculating that the meeting may have humbled him. As a result, there's talk that Romero may shed his prior haughtiness and take on a more modest demeanor with his opponents. But Rolly didn't seem to impress Kenny Porter, Romero's skills. He recommended that, prior to attempting a comeback on the grand stage, the 29-year-old think about regrouping in lower categories and taking on opponents of a similar caliber. Porter underlined the necessity for Romero to take a step back and climb back up, emphasizing the significance of re-establishing one's status through calculated battles. The father and trainer of professional boxer Sean Porter, Kenny Porter, advises Rolly to re-evaluate his course and take on middle-tier opponents in order to elevate his standing. In addition, he challenges Romero's elite standing in light of his defeat to Isaac Cruz, suggesting that Romero isn't at the same level as opponents like Davis, who is allegedly thinking of challenging Romero in a fight. It is undeniable that Rolly Romero has had a long career in both the lightweight division and professional boxing. Since making his professional debut almost 10 years ago in December 2016, he has faced off against a number of strong opponents, including well-known figures like Austin D, Jackson Martinez, and André Figueroa. Romero has been in the news a lot lately, and many competitors are willing to pit their metals against him. At first, he was supposed to face Davis and Ryan Garcia, but Isaac Cruz ultimately took Garcia's place. The choice raised questions about whether Garcia and Romero will face off again in the future. A seductive opportunities for supporters, the confrontation between Romero and Cruz that took place on March 30th attracted a lot of attention. It lived up to the enthusiasm that supporters had been hoping for. Despite being less well-liked than Romero, a large number of supporters came together in support of Isaac Cruz. Renowned trainer Teddy Atlas was among those amazed, comparing Cruz's performance to that of a lion. Cruz has demonstrated to us today that he has a lion's heart. He claimed that Romero was taken aback by Cruz's unrelenting assault. Atlas watched with a mix of excitement and doubt. Would Romero keep his word and consent to a rematch? And if so, would he be able to compete with Cruz in their rematch and win the fight required to take back the World Championship title? Cruz's impressive performance on March 30 at the T-Mobile Arena clearly demonstrated why he earned the nickname Pitbull. It will be interesting to watch the strategies Romero uses to take on the new champion in his attempt to win the Super Lightweight Championship again. That concludes today's video. Please remember to subscribe, like, and ring the bell button if you liked it. You can also leave your comments below with your ideas. Keep watching, and we'll see you in the subsequent video.